Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So one of the topic which I wanted to meditate personally was on developing attachment to Sri Vrindavan Dham. What to do? There is no attachment as such. So how to develop attachment? I was just contemplating on this topic. I thought I'll present that to all of you for my own benefit. And if you feel that you're getting benefited, you can pray that some attachment I get for Vrindavan Dham. See, when we have to get attachment to anything in this world, we have to associate with two things. What are those? Associate with the persons who are attached. Okay, the person who are attached, so you should associate with them. Second? Hear more about them. Okay. Hear more about them. So you should be associating with that thing, and you should be associating with that person who's attached to that thing. That's how you get attached to that thing. So two things we have to do is hear about that particular object of our meditation, whom we want to get attached to. And second, hear about those people who are madly attached to that particular object. So today we'll try to do that. We'll try to hear about Sri Vrindavan Dham, and we'll try to hear about those mad people who are attached to Sri Vrindavan Dham. And let's see if we can also go mad in this discourse. Srila Rupa Goswami, one of the eternal associate of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna, who is Rupa Manjari in the spiritual world, he writes in Nectar of Instruction, Shloka number 9. He says, Vaikunta Janito Vara Madhupuri Tatrapi Rasotsava Vrindaranyam Udarapani Ramana Tatrapi Govardhana Radha Kundamihapi Gokulapate Premamrita Plavana Kuryadasya Virajato Giritate Sevam Vivekinakaha. So here is a question which is asked. Who is that intelligent person who don't want to stay at the foot of Govardhan Hill? And all those intelligent people are in Bangalore. Here Rupa Goswami is saying, Vaikunta Janito Vara. See, Vaikuntha is great, really great. Lord is there in Vaikuntha. But even much greater than that is Madhupuri, that is Mathura. Why Mathura? Because Krishna appeared in Mathura. And then next it is said, Tatra Api, that is there, but much greater than Mathura is Sri Vrindavan Dham. Why Sri Vrindavan Dham? Krishna appeared in Mathura, but he got shifted to Vrindavan and he did all his pastimes there. The pleasure that Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj got, Devaki and Vasudeva couldn't get ever. Because those childhood pastimes was something which were attracting their hearts. And Krishna was the darling of Vrindavan. Everyone was attracted to Vrindavan. Everyone was attracted to Krishna in Vrindavan. Therefore, here it is said that, okay, Vrindavan is higher. Okay, next. But then, Krishna picked up Govardhan. So here Rupa Goswami is like, Govardhan is then much more greater, much more higher. And then finally, Rupa Goswami is telling that Govardhan is there. But in Govardhan, Radha Kund is the topmost place. Because that is not different than Srimati Radharani. And Srimati Radharani is very dear to Krishna. So this Kunda is also very dear to Krishna. So who is that intelligent person who does not want to stay at the banks of Radha Kund? Raise your hands. That's what Rupa Goswami is saying here. So Vrindavan, Govardhan, Radha Kund is all Brajamandal. That is all on a different platform altogether. And this is the place, where all the devotees want to reside in. What is so great about this place? Let's try to understand. Sri Vrindavan Dham or Sri Goloka Vrindavan is called as Chintamani Dham. Brahma Samhita Shloka. Chintamani prakara sadma sukalpa vriksha lakshavriteshu surabhira vipalayantam lakshmi sahasra shata sambrama sevyamanam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Last line is very nice. The first word, Chintamani. This entire place, Sri Vrindavan Dham, is called as Chintamani Dham. Why Chintamani Dham? Because every dust particle is Chintamani, every dust particle is touchstone. Means this dust of Vrindavan has the power to fulfill all our desires. And our Narottam Das Thakur, he also sings very beautifully. Vrindavana Ramya Sthana Divya Chintamani Dhama Tana Mandira Manohara. Vrindavana Ramya Sthana Divya Chintamani Dhama. Again here, our Narottam Das Thakur, he is making this point. What is that? Vrindavan is Chintamani Dham. Every single dust particle is touchstone. Divya Chintamani Dhama. It's Divya, it's transcendental. Vrindavana Ramya Sthana Divya Chintamani Dhama. Ratana Mandira Manohara. Everywhere, everything is made up of valuable jewels. Now, what is the praman for this? There's a nice pastime. Once Lokanath Goswami, who is the spiritual master of Narottam Das Thakur, he told Narottam Das Thakur that I want to clean my hands, get some dust. I'm sure in the villages you might have seen. People don't use soap, hand wash. They take dust, earth, and they purify. This Pancha Mahabhut has the quality of purifying us. Earth, water, fire, air, ether. So people clean with earth, water. If you want someone to be purified very fast, you put fire on them. Purify them. Earth, water, fire, air, ether. And air has all the power to purify the place. And ether as well. Same thing, sound. So here we understand that Lokanath Goswami, our great devotee, who was the first of those residents who came to Vrindavan Dham. Two people were sent by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Lokanath Goswami and Bhugarbha Goswami. Vrindavan is thick forest, and these two devotees have come from Gaura Mandal to Braja Mandal only because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said go. And they were there doing their bhajan. And Lokanath Goswami was such a great devotee. All the time absorbed in Krishna conscious activities, chanting the holy names, doing deity worship. His deity was not carved. He was crying in ecstasy in Sri Vrindavan Dham, and Lord Krishna gave him his own deity. And that deity's name is Radha Vinod. And that deity is still there in Rajasthan, in Jaipur. Very beautiful deity. So these were not ordinary people. So when he accepted some disciple, that disciple will also not be an ordinary disciple for sure. Yes? Who has completed Prabhupada Ashraya and then... Ecstatic devotees. I don't know if you heard about Narottam Das Thakur. Recently I had spoken about Narottam Das Thakur on his disappearance day. Another ecstatic devotee, another great level of devotion that he rendered. To such an extent, even before the appearance of Narottam Das Thakur, Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, he had kept Krishna Prem in Padmavati river and told Padmavati river that when my devotee comes, you give this to him. Now, river personified Padmavati Devi, she asked, how will I get to know that your devotee has entered my waters? And at that time, Gauranga Mahaprabhu is telling that the way when I entered and the water overflowed, similarly when that personality will enter, your waters will overflow. And this happened. Narottam, a small boy, he entered the waters. Water overflowed. And at that time she understood, oh, okay, I have to give Krishna Prem to this boy. And she got the golden lotus and gave it to Narottam. He held that. And it is described that golden lotus turned into golden boy who merged in the body of Narottam. And the only thing that Narottam could do at that time was keep chanting the holy names of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And all the time, the only thing that he would tell his parents was, I want to go to Vrindavan, I want to go to Vrindavan. And his parents are like, what will you do going there? What do you want to do it here? We are devotee parents. Do it here. And like, no, I want to go to Vrindavan. I want to be a renunciant. I want to give up everything and go to Vrindavan. This personality I'm talking about, not an ordinary person. And then finally he ran away from the house. And he reached Vrindavan. And then he went to Lokanath Goswami. And Lokanath Goswami, another great personality. And Narottam Das Thakur went, please give me initiation. And Lokanath Goswami is like, no, I'm not qualified. You are a great prince. Narottam was actually prince. You are a great prince. How can I give initiation to you? Then after 1 year of repeated Shiksha ceremony, where he would go to Lokanath Goswami again and again, beg him that please accept me, and finally accepted. And then one day, finally, Lokanath Goswami gave a service. Narottam Das Thakur, he would never get any service of Lokanath Goswami because kuch tha hi nahi service ke liye. He just had one pair of clothes, Lokanath Goswami. He would go, take bath in Yamuna, wash those clothes, wear those clothes only and come back. So cloth washing is not there. Hardly he'll eat anything. So cooking service is not there. And all the time he'll be chanting. So what service remains? So Narottam will be thinking, what service will I do? Some service he found, obviously. He found a service where his spiritual master will go and attend nature's call. And he'll go chupke se and clean that place. No one will know that. Even Lokanath Goswami never knew that. So it went on and on and on. And finally, he was caught doing this private service. And Lokanath Goswami, he chastised them initially. And after that, he was touched by his feelings of so much of surrender. And he gives initiation. And after all that, there is service that is given to him. And what is that service? Please get some dust. I want to clean my hands. Now, Narottam Das Thakur leaves the cottage, leaves the bhajan kutir of Lokanath Goswami. And it is described that he comes back after 15 days. Now, the spiritual master is telling, I want to clean my hands immediately, get dust. After 15 days, he comes. And then Lokanath Goswami, when he saw, he said, Narottam Das, Guru Maharaj, dust. And you're like, you went to get dust or you went to make dust and get it? What were you doing? At that time, listen to what Narottam Das Thakur he said. I went out of the bhajan kutir, but nowhere I could find dust on the ground. Everywhere it's only chintamani. Everywhere it's only valuable stones which are there. So I was walking, and then finally I went out of Vrindavan. Then I got some dust. Guru Maharaj, I've got that for you. Can you imagine what Divya Chakshu these personalities had? They were able to see Vrindavan as it is. I sometimes wonder, we also go to Vrindavan Dham. Yes. How many of you have been to Vrindavan? Raise your hands. Oh, others have not been to Vrindavan? No problem, we'll go. So when we go to Vrindavan, we don't see all this. Divya Chintamani and all that. Only we see is, the monkeys, jumping from one place to another and we are busy saving our specs. Yes. And monkeys in Vrindavan, they're teaching a tattva. And what is that? You cannot see Vrindavan by your specs. Remove that! You think that you'll be able to see Vrindavan with the specs. It actually happened. I remember 2014, Amrendra Prabhu had taken few of us, to Vrindavan Dham. And one devotee was wearing specs and somehow the devotee was saving specs. But just before entering Radha Govinda Dev temple, the monkey came and then removed the spec, broke it, threw it. Now this devotee is not able to see anything. See anything. And this devotee started crying because now we have gone near the altar and then we all are saying, hey, look at Gauranga Mahaprabhu, and then we have Nityananda Prabhu, we see in between we have Giridhari, and this devotee where? Where? And then finally, whatever broken glass was there, that devotee was using that and seeing. So the monkeys make us humble in Vrindavan, saying you cannot see Vrindavan just by wearing specs. This is what we see when we go to Vrindavan. We see buildings nowadays, traffic and honking sound and all that. But actually Vrindavan is different. Therefore, Srila Narottam Das Thakur, for all of us, he writes a very beautiful song. Arka benitai chander karuna hoibe samsara vasana mora kabe tuchhabe. So Narottam Das Thakur is saying that when will I get mercy of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, the Guru Tattva? And when I get that mercy, my heart will be cleansed. I'll become pure. Why you want to cleanse your heart? What is it? What will happen? And then is this. Vishaya chadiya kabe shuddha bemana. And then he says, Kabe hama herabo Shri Vrindavan. So only when my heart gets purified, I'll be able to see Vrindavan as it is. Now, unfortunately, our hearts are so contaminated. All these descriptions which are there, Chintamani, Divya, and this and that, I don't think all this is true, I tell you. Yes. Who has seen all this? These acharyas, they write. They have to write, so they're writing. But who knows it's true or not? This is what is our situation. Why? Because our eyes are lusted, our hearts are contaminated, and our entire body is rusted with all anarthas and all vasanas. What to do? We'll not be able to see. Therefore, Vrindavan Dham is this. And how do we understand about this place that this is a Divya Dham when we read the works of our acharyas who have actually seen Vrindavan? Therefore, it is said, approach Tattvadarshis and they can tell you the truth. 4th chapter, Shloka 34, Bhagavad Gita. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. So these Tattvadarshis have seen the truth. They have seen Vrindavan as it is. And when you render service to them, they can award you the same vision to see Vrindavan Dham. This is what happened with Akbar. Akbar's musician or the singer, great singer was Tansen. And Tansen would sing really amazing songs. And Akbar one day he thought, hey, you sing so wonderfully. How wonderful your guru might be singing. He said, oh, you cannot imagine how my guru sings. You cannot imagine. No, I want to hear. And then he said, but my guru will not sing for you. He sings only for Krishna. And then when this discussion was going on, Akbar was begging, please take me, please take me. And then Tansen said, okay, no problem, I'll take you. But I'll blindfold you so that you don't know which place we're going to. And then he took him to different routes so that he cannot be traced. Right, so that he cannot trace back. And then finally they went to a place where Tansen's guru was sitting. And his name is Swami Haridas. Not our Namacharya Haridas. He's a different Haridas. So when this personality, Akbar, he was taken, he was blindfolded, and he was blindfolded and taken there. He said, now hear my Gurudev singing. And Swami Haridas started singing. And Akbar fainted hearing that song. And then he got up after some time. And then his blindfold was removed. And he asked Tansen, you also sing so beautifully. But I never fainted. What is so great about your spiritual master singing? At that time, Tansen said, because I sing for you, Badshah. And he sings for Badshah ke Badshah. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna. And then he said that I want to go and meet your spiritual master. Please take me inside. I want to do some service to him. And when this was told, Tansen took him. And Swami Haridas is sitting there. Akbar falls at his feet and he says that, oh Sadhu, I want to serve you. Please tell me what service I can do for you. And Swami Haridas Very humbly he said, some stairs of Jamuna are broken. Can you please go and fix it? And Akbar felt a bit offended. Fixing staircase? I am Bacha. I can do anything. And he said, Tanzin, told Tanzin, your spiritual master gave me this menial service. I can do anything. I am the owner of lakhs and crores and arabs of wealth. And Tanzin said, see, just follow what my spiritual master has told. And they went to the corner where Jamuna was there, the bridge that was there, which Swami Haridas was talking about. And by the mercy of Swami Haridas, Akbar could see this Divya Vrindavan. Vrindavana, Ramyasthana, Divya Chintamani Dhama. This is what he was able to see. And then he saw the staircase that was broken, the 2 steps that was broken. He saw that. He saw the entire place. He saw the material that is used for other steps. And then he realized, even if I sell my entire existence and myself and my entire kingdom, I cannot get that wealth to fix this stairs, the steps which are broken. And at that time he told Tansen, sorry, I cannot do this seva. Can you imagine? This is Divya Vrindavan. In the same place, our Lord Sri Krishna, our eternal mother Srimati Radharani, they have performed pastimes, they are performing pastimes, they will continue to perform the pastime. That's called Nitya Leela. That's still going on. Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena. All those devotees who have applied the ointment of love. I'm talking about Krishna Prem, no other brand. Krishna Prem, Anjan. Those people can actually witness Vrindavan as it is. And it is described, those devotees relish Vrindavan Dham. They don't get tired in Vrindavan, even while doing parikrama. They just go around, they're able to see Divya Vrindavan. And this is the place where so many great sadhus have performed tapasya. You cannot imagine how many sadhus were, are, and will be, are chanting lakhs and crores and crores and crores and crores of holy names of Srimati Radharani and Krishna. We cannot imagine. There are devotees who chant 100 rounds, 192 rounds. Our ISKCON devotees. 64 rounds is something which is common in Sri Vrindavan. Common, eh? Like we chant 16 rounds, struggling. Yes. They chant 64 rounds, happily. There are some devotees, 100 plus rounds. I met one devotee long time back. I was in my initial days when I was chanting some 8 rounds, 12 rounds or something like that. And then I was with another devotee and he took me to this devotee, very elderly. And then he was introducing me. This devotee chants, he's looking at me, this devotee chants 300 rounds. He's like 300. I'm talking about that. Can you imagine? And these devotees who stay in Sri Vrindavan Dham, their life and soul is just chanting the holy names, going to different pastime places where Lord Sri Krishna and Srimati Radharani, they have performed the pastimes. Sit there, hear Krishna Katha, take bath in Jamuna, drink Jamuna water, go around, do parikrama of Sri Govardhan, Sri Vrindavan, the entire Mathura Mandal, and spend their entire life like that. And their only goal is be there and leave the body in that place. I still remember our ISKCON temple, the path that is there, I think 2020. I was walking by and there was one sadhu who was sitting there. So when I went inside, the sadhu was there. Like 2-3 days I was seeing that sadhu. And 3rd day I saw that sadhu was sleeping. And then I got to know he's not sleeping, he's left the body there. Can you imagine? His only thing was, many years I was seeing this sadhu. He was sitting there and begging, he'll do his bhajan. And then he just left his body. So we can see these people, it doesn't matter how cold the entire situation is in the winters or how hot the entire place is during summers. They just want to be in Sri Vrindavan Dham. And such devotees are there in Vrindavan Dham doing their bhajan. So this is what we understand from the Shastra and from various pastimes, where all these different devotees are just spending pure life just to please Krishna and Srimati Radharani, chanting their holy names. Bas, nothing else. That is the place I'm talking about, Sri Vrindavan Dham. Therefore, this place that is there is dear to many, many, many devotees who stay outside Vrindavan also. When they hear about that place, they feel like even we want to go to that place. After hearing this, how many of you want to go to that place? But there are some crazy people who are there inside. They don't want to come out for any service also outside. There's one devotee whom I heard about. Sri Hariram Vyas Ji. Good number of decades back. So this personality was there in Sri Vrindavan Dham, very elevated devotee. Mughal rule was going on at that time. So the Mughal king, he heard, the Badshah, he heard, oh, this is a great devotee. And he speaks amazingly about Sri Vrindavan Dham. So he sent some of his ministers, go and get him to our kingdom. Let everyone hear about Sri Vrindavan. And then the ministers went and invited him. Please come to our kingdom. Badshah is asking for you. Please come and speak about Sri Vrindavan. He said, anyone who wants to hear about Vrindavan, let them come here. I'll speak here. And they went. Badshah personally came to invite. Please come. Hariramji, please come. Please come and speak about Sri Vrindavan Dham. And at that time, when he got to know that Badshah is coming, you know what he did? He removed all his clothes, he became naked. He sat on a donkey. He put black paint on his face. And he told Badshah, because when the talk was going, Badshah was bewildered. What is this? Why such an attire? And at that time, Hariram Vyas was saying that if someone has to go out from Sri Vrindavan Dham, it cannot be Hariram Vyas. It has to be this person only. And Badshah was begging at him, at his lotus feet, please come, please change your attire. You cannot come like this. And after a lot of begging, then he changed his attire back to his sadhu vesh. And then it is described, Hariram Vyas, he told Badshah, okay, I'll go and tell all my family members I'm going and I'll come with you. Badshah said, okay, I'll sit here. And Badshah is sitting there. Hours together he's sitting. This person is not coming. And then he went to see who are these family members? He went there and he's seeing that Hariram Vyas Prabhu is going around and hugging each and every tree and he's crying that you people are so fortunate. You are there here. You cannot be removed from here. You took birth here and no one will ask you to come out of Sri Vrindavan. Now you're so fortunate. And he's embracing each one of them. Each tree and saying, please pray for me. Next life, I also want to become a tree in Vrindavan. These are mad people of Vrindavan. This was a recent past where a lady, she went with her son because son was about to get married. She went to Vrindavan to get blessings from a sadhu. And then both of them went and then they spent some days there. Sadhu blessed the son, okay, you're getting married. Now see, when a couple goes to a sadhu to take blessing, now what he will bless? What will he tell? A very good thing you're doing? Go ahead. Vairagis will bless to become, Vairagis will bless with Vairagya only. But he said, no problem, you take care. And he gave some instructions on Grihastha Ashram. And the mother said that, you go, I'll come, I'll spend some more days in Vrindavan. And she spent some more weeks in Vrindavan. Then she took Diksha in Sri Vrindavan Dham from that sadhu. And she started serving there. And it was marriage time. And this lady is here, mother is here, son's marriage is there in Udaipur. And it is described that this lady, she told the son, I'm not coming to your marriage. I want to remain here in Vrindavan Dham. Can you imagine this? I'm able to relate because one of the senior devotees whom I know very closely, His Grace Charan Saroj Prabhu, one of very, very dear devotees to me. In fact, because of him, I got Diksha also. So I remember when their son's marriage was done in Vrindavan, newly married couple, and both of them, Charan Saroj Prabhu and his wife, they told the newly wedded wife and husband, son and daughter-in-law, okay, now you go to Mumbai, because their house is in Mumbai. You go to Mumbai. And then the newly married girl, she's saying, see, I don't know what things are there in your house and what are kept where. And Mataji, who is there, Charan Sarup Prabhu's wife, so she was like, no problem, we'll do everything on video call. I was shocked, shocked. They don't want to leave Vrindavan. They don't want to. They said, no, we cannot leave Vrindavan. We want to be here. These are the mad people. Mad for Vrindavan Dham. Another mad person, really mad, His Grace Indra Prabhu. The 24 hours Kirtaniya. He was a Western bodied person. He came in touch with devotees, he became a devotee, started chanting. The day one when he started chanting, when the beads was given to him, no devotee told him when to stop. So morning beads was given, at night only he finished his chanting. Nice, no? And after many years, it is described that, many years or many months, I'm not sure, he got a dream where Srila Prabhupada is saying that you go to Vrindavan and start 24 hours Kirtan. And just next day morning, he gets up, he packs his bag and leaves the Vrindavan. And he lands in Vrindavan. This is, if I'm not wrong, from 1986. He stayed there, 1986. And the Vrindavan was not like the way it is now. All forest and other things. In fact, I still remember 2012 when I went to Vrindavan. It was not like this. It was there was some greenery around and whatever. So at that time, I can still imagine. And there are some old photos of Vrindavan. If you get a chance, you can Google it, see the old photos. It's just forest. And in that, somewhere we can see our Radha Madan Mohan Mandir, somewhere we can see our Radha Govinda Mandir in that forest. In such a situation, Indra Prabhu goes there and he's like, Srila Prabhupada has given me the instruction. And who will believe a Westerner who is saying, I got an instruction from the Acharya who has departed. So, at that time, he himself started the Kirtan. He used to be alone every day, 20 hours of Kirtan or something like that. And obviously it grew after some time, devotees joined, many Russians joined. And now we have a huge team. Now 24 hours Kirtan Mandali, so you'll see in Vrindavan Dham, in our Krishna Balram Mandir. Other temples might be known for different things. But our temple is known for Kirtan. And this is because of Indra Prabhu. From 1986 to 1999, Indra Prabhu was doing all this. But finally, due to the war that was there, Kargil war or something, all the non-Indians were asked to leave India. And Indra Prabhu never wanted to leave India. Never wanted to leave Vrindavan, forget of India. So, at that time, he was knowing all this is happening, so he tried his best to get Indian residentship. And he got cheated many times. Finally, once, the interview was scheduled and he was so happy. He went in his Vaishnava attire, he went there. And when the interview was happening, the one who was taking interview, he told him, do you understand what do you mean by taking a citizenship of this country? Your American citizenship will be cancelled. Do you understand about this? Do you know about this? And he said, yes. And then the one who was taking interview, he was Indian born, settled in America types. And here we have an American born, settled in India. And this personality is preaching to that personality. And Indra Prabhu started speaking about Sri Vrindavan Dham. And towards the end, Indra Prabhu gave him an instruction. If you want some good suggestion from my side, I would say, even you give up your citizenship and come here. And that day when Indra Prabhu got his citizenship, Indian citizenship, he was jumping like a child. He was jumping like a child. And he never made his foreign visa. He never made his foreign passport again. Because then devotees will come to this place, that place to do Kirtan. He never made. He settled in Vrindavan. Mad people of Vrindavan. And all this madness, it comes in the parampara. Comes directly from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas, it is described in Chaitanya Charitamrita and Chaitanya Bhagavat that As soon as he took sannyas, the only thing that he wanted to do was go to Vrindavan Dham. And he started from the place where he got sannyas. From there, which is in West Bengal, he started from there, and then his very, very dear associate Nityananda Prabhu tricked him, showing Ganga. He told it is Yamuna, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is jumping in that. He's dancing and ecstatic. Oh, I've reached Vrindavan and all that. And then Advaita Acharya comes from there. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is asking, oh, Advaita, how come you quickly reached here to Sri Vrindavan Dham? And Advaita Acharya is telling that, Mahaprabhu, this is not Vrindavan. This Shantipur, my house is nearby, please come. Now you can imagine Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's anger at that time towards Nityananda Prabhu. He was very angry. But obviously that was externally he was angry, internally he was pleased also for some reasons. And after that, in Jagannath Puri, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu shifted to Jagannath Puri, many times he tried to go to Sri Vrindavan Dham. And it is described that once he decided, I will go to Vrindavan. Chaitanya Chaitamrit, Madhya Leela, 16th chapter, 7th shloka says, Ramananda Sarvabhauma Dui Janasthane Tabe Yukti Kare Prabhu Jabe Vrindavane. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he went to Ramananda Rai, to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, and finally he said, I want to go to Sri Vrindavan Dham. Very eager. And these devotees, very clever, they started saying, see now devotees from West Bengal are going to come to Jagannath Puri for Rath Yatra. Please stay back for that. You finish Dola Yatra, you finish Rath Yatra. After that, we will see. And then after that, devotees are saying, Mahaprabhu, you stay back now, Chaturmas is going on. After finishing Chaturmas, then you go. Then next festival, see, festivals in our life don't finish. And on to that, we have altar installations also. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, devotees are tricking Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That, okay, now, later. And after that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu decided, okay, I'll go for South Indian Yatra. He went for South India for 2 years. And then for next 2 years, again, Ramananda Rai Prabhu is tricking him. By the way, Ramananda Rai is the secretary of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He's tricking him in various ways. Again saying, no, you can go later. After this festival, you go after that festival. And our festivals are cyclic, no? Yes, one festival finishes next and next and next. There is no gap anywhere. If any gap is there, ISKCON devotees will fill it with some festival. So finally, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he says, this is 5th year. 4 years of hankering. Finally, 5th year, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, Bahuta utkantha mora jaye te Vrindavan tomara hate doi vatsara nakailo ungamana. He is saying, Bahuta utkantha. I am very, very eager to go to Sri Vrindavan Dham. Look at the attachment of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I am very, very eager to go to Sri Vrindavan Dham. And then he is saying, Tumhare, because of your tricks, 2 years are already gone. Now he is saying that please allow me to go to Sri Vrindavan Dham. This is our very, very cute, innocent, sober Lord. Who is surrendered to his devotees. And he is taking permission from the devotees. And now finally when the devotees understood that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very firm about this, at that time the devotees started saying, anyways you're Swarat, who can stop you? For 5 years these people have stopped, and now they, anyways you're Swarat, who can stop you? But now please don't go now. Now Chaturmas is going on. Yes. So maybe you can go when Vijay Dashami, on the day of Vijay Dashami, Dashera. You can go on the day of Dashera. And that's how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started, and it is very beautifully described by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami that how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was running towards Vrindavan, and when he was in Vrindavan, the only thing that he was doing around in Vrindavan is just going around, running, seeing various places. And always ecstatic. That same mood we see in all our acharyas. So all the previous acharyas who were there in our line, they all carry the same mood of attachment and attraction to Sri Vrindavan Dham. And they have written books on Sri Vrindavan Dham, the glories of Sri Vrindavan Dham. Like for example, we have Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur. He has written a book called Vrindavan Mahimamrita. This was my first year of Krishna consciousness. Normally, I shouldn't speak about myself in the class. But still, in a sense, we have devotees. You can close the doors, no? If it's open. All closed, huh? Okay. So, I remember when I heard about this book, every night before sleeping, I would read few verses of this book. And in this book, Prabodhanath Saraj Thakur, again and again, he writes, run to Vrindavan, run to Vrindavan. Even an infant dies. What guarantee you have that you will live? Run to Vrindavan, run to Vrindavan. This book influenced me so much that every night I used to plan. Literally. And I was a student at that time. And then I used to think, what will I do going there? Then I had heard that there are many Babajis who sit on the street begging. I thought I'll join their party. I'll sit with them. Very, very impractical. But then yes, what to do? Because that book is like that. Very, very beautiful. Describing about the glories of Sri Vrindavan Dham. Many, many beautiful verses are there where Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur, he is telling that why you want to leave Vrindavan? Anything happens, you stay back in Vrindavan. Don't go out of Vrindavan. And then he describes the glories of Sri Vrindavan Dham more and more and more. This is Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur. Then we have Srila Rupa Goswami. He has written a book called Mathura Mahatmya. He describes elaborately about Sri Vrindavan again. Then we have Raghunath Das Goswami, Vraja Vilas Thava. He describes about Vrindavan. Then we have Srila Narahari Chakravarti Thakur. He has written about Mathura Mandal Parikrama. And so many other acharyas. I'm just naming directly glorifying Vrindavan, those books. But there are n number of books which talks about various pastimes in Sri Vrindavan Dham. Many, many, many pastimes. And here we understand from the previous acharyas, just the recent acharyas who were there, like Bhakti Vinod Thakur. When we read their songs, we understand their attachment and utkantha towards Sri Vrindavan Dham. There's a beautiful song, maybe you all can hear the full song. It talks about Radhakund and Govardhan. Bhakti Vinod Thakur writes, Radha Kunda Tata Kunja Kote. Everyone. Radha Kunda Tata Kunja Kote. Govardhana Parvata Jamuna Tira. And it goes on. Kusum Sarovar, he describes Kusum Sarovar, he describes Jamuna. So he's talking about Govardhan Parvat, he's talking about Radhakund, Shamkund, he's talking about Kusum Sarovar, he's talking about Jamuna, and he's talking about the birds of Sri Vrindavan, he's talking about the trees of Vrindavan, creepers of Vrindavan, he's talking about flute of Krishna. There are many impressions in Vrindavan Dham where we have the impression of flute and the lotus feet of the Lord. He's talking about all that. And in between, towards the end of the song, not in between, towards the end of the song, he says, very beautiful line. E sab chhod to kahi nahi jao. E sab chhod to kahi nahi jao. E sab chhod to paran haro. E sab chhod to paran haro. Very, very deep. He's saying that I don't want to leave Sri Vrindavan Dham and go anywhere. And if that time really comes, then giving up my life, this is the best option that is there. These are mad people of Vrindavan. There is no acharya in our line who has not been to Vrindavan and not did bhajan in Sri Vrindavan Dham. And what to talk about those acharyas in the line, in the altar, they are still very far for us. But talking about A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, his attachment to Sri Vrindavan Dham, another next level. You see, he could have gone to any place, but he chose Sri Vrindavan Dham. He chose Sri Vrindavan Dham for his bhajan in Sri Radha Damodar Mandir. And it is described when he would sit in his bhajan kutir, in his room in Sri Radha Damodar Mandir, he would continuously keep chanting. And there's a book written by one of the Prabhupada disciples who has taken an interview of various devotees who would interact with Prabhupada. So there was a boy who would give milk to Prabhupada every day. So one day when he came, he's calling out for Prabhupada, Swamiji, Swamiji. And Prabhupada is inside, but there is no response from inside. He just moved the door a bit. And then he saw Prabhupada was crying tears and chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This is what Prabhupada was doing. Everyday cleansing, the Samadhi Mandir of Rupa Goswami, Jiva Goswami. In fact, when you go to Vrindavan Dham, outside the room of Srila Prabhupada, there are two quotes which are written. Prabhupada has spoken that, so that is ingrained, it's imprinted there on the stone. The first one, it says, the temple of Jiva Goswami is my heart and soul. That's the temple of Jiva Goswami, Radha Damodar Mandir. Outside it is written, this temple is my heart and soul. And another one he writes is, reading it as it is, from that quote. Vrindavan is a charmingly beautiful place, and situated there in the grove known as Seva Kunj is the sacred temple of Radha Damodar. So this temple, Radha Damodar Mandir, is situated in an area called Seva Kunj area. I take the lotus feet of these deities as my only shelter, and I petition them to be kind upon me and guide me to life's ultimate goal. The only thing that Srila Prabhupada was doing around in Vrindavan was go around chanting, and he was relishing Vrindavan like anything. Relishing so much. But then what to do? He had this big task given by his spiritual master, that you have to go to West and preach. In fact, the instruction was you have to preach in English language. And Prabhupada tried doing that in India. It didn't work. Then he decided to go to West. And therefore it is described that Srila Prabhupada, when he was leaving Vrindavan Dham, he was feeling so much of pain. But then the goal that was there, that was very attractive and he had to go for it. So on the Jaluta ship, when he had that seasickness and all that was going on, when did the ship sail from India? 1965, sometime in August. If I'm not wrong, I think August 13 or something like that. Correct. That's how he started. And then he writes in his diary, September 10, 1965. There's an entry in Jaladuta diary. Now where it is said, today the ship is plying very smoothly. I feel better. Prabhupada is writing. Every day he would write. In fact, after the 2 heart attacks also, Prabhupada has written that I've got 2 major heart attacks. If I get third one, I'll not survive. Prabhupada has written this in his diary. And this is one of the entries where he says, today the ship is plying very smoothly. I feel better. And he writes, but I am feeling separation from Sri Vrindavan and my lords Sri Govinda, Gopinath, Radha Damodar. He's sailing on Jaladuta, but his heart is in Vrindavan. I was hearing one class of Srila Prabhupada, and he was speaking philosophy, as usual he does, the body-soul concept, 3 modes of material nature, how we are servants of Krishna, all that he was speaking. And after suddenly in between, nowhere, I was just hearing the class, suddenly from nowhere Prabhupada is saying that what am I doing in this remote place away from Sri Vrindavan Dham? I'm missing Sri Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Govind, Radha Gopinath, Radha Damodar. This is the mode. Intense attachment to Sri Vrindavan Dham. One day, when Prabhupada was sitting with his disciples, he asked his disciple, one of the disciples, where do you think I am in? Now, disciples wondering, what is this question? And he was there in some country, in some place in America. They named that place. He said, no, I'm in Vrindavan. I'm in Vrindavan. So 2 things. Either you can be physically in Vrindavan, which we do once in a year, or we can be mentally in Vrindavan all the time. And this is what is needed to purify oneself and go back home, back to Godhead. That attachment to Sri Vrindavan Dham is what is needed in all the devotees. All of us, we are expected to do that. And Srila Prabhupada did it. You see, when it comes to Srila Prabhupada, as I always say, Srila Prabhupada left Vrindavan for our gross material eyes, he left Vrindavan on a gross platform. But then he took that Vrindavan in his consciousness, and then finally he distributed that Vrindavan all around the world. And these Vrindavan centers are called as International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And see, this is not just a dialogue. The ISKCON is Vrindavan. No, it's not a dialogue. Again, there's a praman. Disciple of Srila Prabhupada, Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj. He was there in Gita Nagari. This was June 27, 2005. He was in Gita Nagari, which is in central Pennsylvania. Now see, all the many Prabhupada disciples during their old days, they come to Vrindavan and they leave their body. But Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj, he wanted to prove Prabhupada's statements true. And there are last moments of Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj recorded. His last Kirtans are recorded. You all should see that. The deities in that particular place, Gita Nagari, if I'm not wrong, they're called as Radha Damodar. And Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj, in his last few moments of life, he's crying. Piteously, he's crying, calling out, Radha Damodar, Radha Damodar. You should see that. The way he's singing. And he proved it to the entire world that yes, what Prabhupada is told is actually correct. Every ISKCON temple is Sri Vrindavan Dham, and anyone who gives up his body in ISKCON temple, same destination will attain the way it is attained when someone leaves the body in Sri Vrindavan Dham. Because the consciousness matters. And in ISKCON temple, the consciousness is very clear. What is the consciousness? Krishna is the center of our life. And everything is surrounded around Radha and Krishna. Their service is topmost for all of us. And that's what he proved. So this was that auspicious day, June 27, 2005, 3:30 p.m. This personality, Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj, in Vrindavan Dham in central Pennsylvania, when all the devotees were chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, he left the body. Glorious, glorious departure. You should see that video. Read about the articles also which are available. Glorious departure. And this Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj, since his background was from South Africa, if I'm not wrong, so he had this black complexion. So somewhere in some class, he had heard something about this, that okay, I'm very sinful because my complexion is like this. You know what Maharaj would be doing? I'm just taking a tangent from Vrindavan because I've spoken about him, so I heard. So it is described that Maharaj would get up 2 o'clock, finish his 16 rounds, 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock, again at Mangalarti, and then chant 16 rounds more with other devotees. And when devotees got to know he's chanting 32 rounds, then they asked, why are you doing that? He said, see, I'm very sinful. I'm very, very sinful. So I'm covering up that part before Mangalarti. And I'm catching up with you all after Mangalarti. This is called Dainyata, this is called humility. And such personalities have actual attachment to Sri Vrindavan Dham. Wherever they are in Vrindavan. Coming back to Srila Prabhupada's mood. We see Srila Prabhupada, he went around the entire world. He built that Vrindavan consciousness in the minds, in the existence of people. And he made everyone mad about Sri Vrindavan Dham. And it is described Vrindavan was not like the way it is now or whatever, 50 years back or something like that. Only when Prabhupada went around and he preached about Vrindavan so much so that people from all over the world, they plan. Because for them, it has to be a plan, the entire year, annual plan, because they have to get some money to get the ticket and visa or whatever. They plan the entire year. And they finally come to Vrindavan in the month of Kartik, taking 1 month leave. They are there in Vrindavan doing their sadhana and relishing the entire place by doing various seva and chanting the holy names. This is what Srila Prabhupada did. He pulled the entire world to this place called Sri Vrindavan Dham. He went around the entire world, but when it comes to leaving the body, he chose Vrindavan Dham. So this was again 14th November 1977 in Sri Vrindavan, Krishna Balram Mandir. There's a Prabhupada room. That bed is still there where Prabhupada left his body. So on that bed, in the auspicious month of Kartik, when all the devotees were chanting the holy names, Prabhupada, in his own very, very important and a very cherishing place, Sri Vrindavan Dham, when all the devotees were chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and when he himself was chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, he leaves this world and goes back to that world where he came from, Goloka Vrindavan. And even today, we can find Srila Prabhupada in Vrindavan in that eternal samadhi that he has taken. And we have the beautiful Samadhi Mandir, where Prabhupada's transcendental body was given samadhi. So you see, this personality, Srila Prabhupada, he was there in Vrindavan, did his bhajan, went around the entire place, the entire world, finally came to Sri Vrindavan Dham and left his body in Vrindavan, attained eternal samadhi in Sri Vrindavan Dham. These are those mad people, mad for Vrindavan, mad for Vrindavan. Our entire parampara is filled with such people. Sometimes I really wonder that how I got connected to this parampara. There is no attachment to Vrindavan Dham. There is no attachment. Just analyze, we can analyze for ourselves. And since all of you are unfortunately connected to me, I assume that we are all in the same boat. Yes. So, what attachment we have for Vrindavan Dham? We are those intelligent people which Rupa Goswami spoke about. The first sloka which I chanted. Who are those intelligent people who don't want to stay in Vrindavan? Me. Me. What to do? We are those people. And these personalities who have so much of intense attachment to Vrindavan Dham, they're in our parampara. You name a devotee and then you look at their background, their history, their life sketch, and you will see a connection to Sri Vrindavan Dham. Therefore, one thing that we can pray or we can aspire for is, if I can get a drop of the ocean of the attachment that these devotees have, maybe we'll drown in that one drop and leave our body in Vrindavan consciousness. The only thing that we can do to develop attachment to Sri Vrindavan Dham is follow the instruction of a Vrajavasi. And who is a Vrajavasi for all of us? A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. He is that Vrajavasi for all of us. And his instructions are very clear. Very, very clear. And anyone who follows his instruction will come to that consciousness, that is Vrindavan consciousness. Because Prabhupada's only teaching that we can see is, Radha and Krishna are center of our life is meant for their service. So this is what is everything. Sum and substance of what Prabhupada has taught us, keeping them in the center of our life. So if we continue practicing this and reading his transcendental books with transcendental consciousness of Vrindavan, someday we will also get that one drop of the entire ocean of attachment that these devotees have. Bolo Shri Vrindavan Dham ki Jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.